Welcome to Spotlight. I'm your host, Josh Chapman. Today I'm here with the Deputy Chief of Public Safety from the Marysville Police Department, and today's show is sponsored by Simcoe Energy Gas Company. Deputy Chief Gerrow, how are you, sir?
Pretty good, Josh. Pretty
outstanding, outstanding. So we're here to talk about. So when I first got the show notes on this one, I thought, an accredited police department. Well, isn't that like something that you just have to do? I just assume. But digging down a little bit, that is not quite the case in how I initially perceived it. Can you tell us about the
accreditation has been around for a while. There's always been a national accreditation group called CALEA. And the Port Huron Police Department obviously has been accredited since the mid-90s. So it's not unique at all to police work. It's just something that hasn't taken off totally yet. But I can foresee that being in the near future something that is mandated, something that will be tied to grants, through federal grants, state grants, and so on and so forth. So the chief at the time, Tom Koenig, and myself took on the task to accreditate our department kind of ahead of schedule, I think.
Okay. All right, and so what does accreditation mean? Because again, in my kind of as the layman, the perception, I'm like, wait, they're not accredited? What does that mean? But can you, as I dug into a little bit, can you tell the viewers what accreditation really means?
Right. Well, accreditation through the state of Michigan means that we have to come into compliance with 108 standards,
yeah.
Okay? And each standard may have 10 bullet points, 5 bullet points. So just to say 108 sounds like a smaller number, but really, realistically, we have to probably be around more of 400 different things that we have to do. These standards are set forth by the Michigan Chiefs of Police Association and the Michigan Sheriff's Association. They're the ones that spearheaded this probably 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
And currently there's 64 police departments in the state of Michigan that are accredited through the state out of 588.
Yeah.
So that's a low number, and that means it's just starting. So, and currently there's about 68, I believe 68 departments that are in the process,
okay,
out of that 588 that are still out there to be accredited. So standards, there may be a standard on how you handle use of force. And all of these standards are set by different chiefs and different instances where use of force, it's a hot topic with police departments, and we have to make sure we have checks and balances, that we investigate all use of forces, that we discipline officers that utilize force inappropriately, or that we commend officers that utilize it the correct way and utilize our training. We have to earmark our training, has to be done on a regular basis. So those are the standards, that's how they work.
Yeah.
And we also have to prove that we do that, not just put it down in writing, but prove that we have, yes, we have to show it. We have to show that every year in and year out. So.
Well, and again, and it's an awesome accomplishment that really kind of levels up the work in our community. But again, for the folks at home, how does that work? Because it's a tremendous amount of work. I took a dive into it. How does that make the community a better place to be a police officer, or to be, a citizen in going through and working with an officer in a situation?
Well, again, I think our citizens in Marysville have always held our public safety department to a high esteem, and I believe that's due to the way we handle people, on a day-to-day basis. We're very community-oriented. We're a very community-oriented police department, and to have these standards just reiterates how professional our police department is now. And that's kind of how we're looking at it. Not to say that we didn't have a professional police department before, but now we have a document that basically states that we are overseen by an outside entity, and we do comply with all of the standards that they've set forth that they believe make us a accredited police department and a professional police department. So they can be assured now that the documentation is there and that we are an accredited agency that is overseen by another entity, not just ourselves. You know, You know, you hear so many different things, and you know, I know that all in all, police officers nationwide do an excellent job day in, day out. There are some bad seeds in any profession you have, and certainly any police officer that's worth his weight in gold would tell you that they want the bad seeds gone. We don't want them in our profession, and so being accredited helps us with that, helps us get rid of bad seeds, helps us police ourselves, and that's what needs to happen. You know, we deal with different things day in, day out, and sometimes they're volatile, and we have to make rational decisions in a split second. So to have this knowledge and this, in a sense, it's like a Bible for us, right? That we live by. So I think it's going to be a great asset to the citizens of Marysville and the county itself. You know, so I'd love to see other departments within the county step up and start doing the same thing.
Outstanding. Well, you know, I applaud you in the department as a whole for having the foresight and the willingness to get on the front end of that bell curve, because you're right. It's easy to say, like, yeah, we're great at what we do, but to have an outside agency, an entity come and really challenge your belief systems or your processes, policies, procedures, that really levels up. And sometimes that's a little uncomfortable, or, you know, you're like, what do these guys know, right? But to be able to show to the community that, hey, we did the work, and someone else said, to see that is, I think, a testament to the work that you do here locally, and on behalf of all the citizens. We appreciate you, and thank you for stopping by.
Well, I appreciate you giving us some time on this.
Yes, sir, and congratulations again.
Thank you again. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Spotlight.